Well, hi there. Today I'm going to tie one of these. This is going to be a fairly large popper, a black popper. Black is a nice color for pikes, and I haven't done a black popper yet, but I like to fish with the black, so I think this black popper is going to be great as well. I'm going to use these new Flyman double barrel popper heads, which are without a doubt the best popper heads I ever tried. If there is a bit of commotion and stuff like that behind me, it's just because I'm here down at the Danish Federation of Anglers, the Danish Union of Anglers. I've been doing some videos for them today about some sea trout and salmon. But since I have a bit time left over, I wanted to do something that was cool. So now I'm going to do some pike flies. And it's been a nice day, so I have a glass of wine and everything is good. So cheers, and let's get to it. Well, first of all, in the vise here I have one of the new Arex hooks, and I've been involved a bit in the shaping of this hook. So I of course really like this hook. This is the 6.0. A fairly large hook, but the large hook is really nice for tying poppers, because you have these large foam heads, and in order to actually get as much hook gape as possible, then you need a fairly big hook for these big poppers. So that's why I've chosen the 6.0. Also, what you can see I'm doing now is simply just apply a lot of tying thread, and basically that is because I'm going to tie some bucktail down in a second, and that needs a fairly large base of tying thread in order to be able to stick on the shank here as well as possible. So about that. So next up is tying some of the bucktail here. And I'm going to take not the biggest bundle, because when you tie poppers, what's one of the crucial thing about poppers is you don't want them to get too long, because if you get them too long, the pikes will often miss the hook and simply just chase the tail. So about this amount of bucktail, and I'm going to tie this down around here. And what's important here is that you really clamp down on this and use some force here in order to ensure that this stays here and just doesn't turn around the hook instead of simply just be secured. I'm gonna cut some of this off like this. Yeah, basically with these pike flies you can just go nuts. That's one of the reasons why I really enjoy tying them, because you can, well, basically anything goes, and you can have so much fun just being loose and doing whatever you think looks good. And well, basically it's pike, so more often than not what you can think of is probably gonna work, because well, pike is opportunists, and they will, if you fish in water that hasn't been fished too much, then basically a pike will go for what you throw at them, simply because well, basically they have no hands. And since they have no hands, and the only thing they can test out if anything is edible or not is their mouth. So we benefit quite a lot from that, I think, as anglers, because most of the stuff we actually do looks quite hopeless compared to the real bait fish and the real shrimps and the real ducklings and stuff like frogs and whatever you do for pikes and stuff like that. So basically, if they did not try a lot to do new stuff fish, we would not catch as many. Well, at least that's a theory I have. So I'm gonna take a bundle of black big fly fiber here, apply this here to the hook here, like so. Again, use quite a good amount of thread in order to be sure everything is nice and secure. You can apply some super glue if you like that, some Sabagab. I have some lying around here somewhere. I don't know. I'm a bit messy now. Oh, and also I forget to drink my wine. That won't do. That's better. I think before it was a bit out of focus. I'm sorry about that if it was a bit out of focus before. Like so. So basically here I have the base of the fly, and this is very, very much too long, as I said before, so I'm going to cut this off. So it's approximately, let's say, 12 centimeters, something like that. Then I'm going to add some contrast here, and I'm going to take some of this, and this is a very nice and great material. It's called Neon Flash, made by Hedron. And what this is actually a very, 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 very fluorescent material that really, really, really lights up in the water and make your fly quite a lot easier to see. And I like to add this simply as a booster effect to my flies. Not a lot of it, simply just every now and then. If you have a pattern that's maybe you think is a little dull, then you can add some strands of this to give it that nice, very, very crazy effect when you shine your UV light on it. So if you shine your UV light on it and you get an effect, you get a fluorescent effect, not an UV effect, but well. I've made an entire video about that, and that's a lot of science and stuff like that. But it really works and it looks nice. So after I've done that, and as you can see in the video, this really I've not used that much, but it's fairly intense, and there is no doubt that you can see that. Good. Then I'm gonna add some black holographic Flashaboo Magnum. The Flashaboo Magnum from Hedron again is without a doubt the best flash for pike. First of all, it's 52 centimeters long, which is heavenly and divinely long, very, very nice. But also it's a bit broader than most flash, which means that it moves very well in the water, and it's strong and very, very durable. You can get a lot of different flash out there, but a lot of it is not very durable. It's simply poorly made, and of course if it's cheap, then that's if it's cheaper than this, then basically what you get is something that's cheaper than this. This will outlast many of the lesser and cheaper flash simply because of the durability of this. So when you have and I like that, because when you've spent a lot of time and effort and put a lot of time and effort into actually making nice flies, then you want flies that lasts as long as possible. You want your flies to last also to, let's say, 8, 10, 20 even pikes. Well, 20 pikes is probably a bit far stretched, because well, 20 pikes is a lot, but if you're careful and you use some super glue every now and then and use quality materials, then that's not far stretched. You can have pike flies that can last to that many pikes, like so. This looks fairly nice. Okay. Good. Next up is some where are those? Another thing that is meant to add a lot of contrast. I'm going to add some of these lateral scales. Lateral scales is an even wider flash that has kind of like a ruffled, crinkled surface, which emits and makes. Emits quite a lot of light. No, not emits, but reflect. That's the word I'm looking for. Reflect an insane amount of light, especially in this mirror opal or mirage color. I can't recall exactly what it's named, but something like that, along those lines. And this is a really, really extremely potent flash. So don't overdo this. If you're fishing in shallow and very, very very clear water, then you do not want too much of this flash. But if you're fishing, let's say, night or late evening in water that is fairly murky, then this is definitely the way to go, like so. And then the final touch, a thing I like to add because it gives a completely different movement in the water. Saddle feathers. So I'm taking a lot of these saddle feathers here. No, not a lot. Let's say 6, 7, something like that. 5, 6, 7. 3 first go. I have some more here. Gonna tie these down on the other side, like so. I've used 6 now, and I think that's probably appropriate, like that. These move quite a lot different from all the other materials, and that's why I really like to have them in my pike patterns. Also, I do not cut them off completely because I want the front part here of the hook here I want this to have a thicker diameter, because in a second I need my popper head to go on here, and in order to make that stick on there, I need the diameter of all this stuff here to be quite high. So it's going to be tricky to mesh it over here, but also that this part of the shank here needs to have some volume in order to fill out the gap inside the popper head, the hole inside the popper head. Actually, I'm not pleased with that. That's not enough, so I'm simply just gonna make it broader by tying down some of these leftover hackle stems here, simply to make this bigger, like so. And basically, I'm gonna cut these off here. You don't need the leftover stumps, like that. Good. Hammering away. So now all there's left to do is actually apply the popper head here. I have all the stuff I wanted in the fly here. Oh, that one is going to come off. That was a stump also. So I'm looking now. This looks fairly nice. But I need to make a hole inside this popper head here. So I take my scissor and I simply just, jam it up in the behind of the. Yeah, you know how that sounds, but that is basically what I'm doing. So, and then from the other side as well, like so. As you can see, my scissor goes straight through here, and as I said, these popper heads are without a doubt the coolest popper heads I have ever tried. They are light. They have a truly amazing shape, and their movement in the water is phenomenal. So they have all the stuff a good popper head should have, and they're only marginally more expensive than the tapered popper head. And another effect that's very cool is this dentation up here, this groove that is prepared to attach your eye, so your eyes won't fall off at the first sight of a pike tooth. So all in all, without a doubt, the best popper head I have ever tried. And also the popper head here seem quite durable. It can withstand quite a lot of abuse from teeth. So all in all, simply just an awesome product. What I've done here is simply attach a black marabou feather, and I'm going to turn that as a hackle, because that will give a cool transition from the rest of the fly to the head. Like that. I'm going to tie all this down using some more thread here. Cut off. Like so. Make a whip finish. Just behind the popper head here. And then we're going to take the popper head off. I'm going to take my super glue. And then apply a fairly generous amount of super glue here, because I really want my popper head to stick to this. Like so. Just a lot of saber gap there will do the trick for you. And then basically I take my popper head here and I clamp it down until it is where it's supposed to go, like so. And then basically there you have it. All I need to do now is simply take a small amount of saber gap, drop it there in the groove, in the dentation for the eye, and at the eye, I like this silver with orange and black, something like that. And well, basically, there you have it. And this will catch you some fish. This will catch some fish. Oh, I just need to do it on the other side as well. I've just made 3 of these because, well, this is gonna be so nice for for my autumn popper pike fly fishing, like so. The new shotgun barrel popper heads from Flyman, the new A-Rex hook, and well, basically, yeah, this is the bomb. So thank you for tuning in, and if you haven't emptied your glass, well, do so and then make one of these. I think I'll go fishing tomorrow, hopefully. Cheers.